I have heard some funny things in my time when it comes to people wanting to get out of a marriage. But this one right here is not only funny, but it sounds ridiculous at the same time. So we already know who the person is on the left. That is Stacey Trash Bag Dash. And man, did she hit that wall hard. It's so unfortunate. And on the right is her husband, Jeffrey Marty. Now, I don't think I've actually talked about her husband by name on my channel before. I don't even think you've ever seen his face on my channel before. But today we're going to be discussing something that he said when it came to marrying Stacey Dash. Now, if you remember, I think Stacey Dash or him may have said that they got married to each other after only 2 weeks. I would think it was 2 weeks of dating, just 2 weeks. We're talking 14 days at best. And we was like, this woman right here is just in love with the thought of being in love. Like, talk about a true rush to commitment, if you want to call it that. Then, of course, last year she got into it with not only her husband, but her husband's child, or I think was his daughter. It's come out funny is the reasoning as to why the ex-husband, well, the soon-to-be ex-husband, wants to be out of this marriage. He claims that Stacey Dash hypnotized him into getting married to her. So are you trying to tell me that Stacey Dash is a witch of some sort or some kind of hypnosis? I don't know if this is the word hypnotologist. I'm not sure if that's even a word, but I'm just making it up right now because I'm not sure if it is a word. And what did she do? Dangle a clock in your face and said, "You will marry me." Like, did she do something like that? Like, I'm about to read this article and see what else they come up with. Or maybe this is something that he just came up with because he's trying to find any reason to get out of this marriage. But it says Stacey Dash and her husband both want their marriage off the books like it never happened. And the mister's claiming he only said "I do" while in a spiritual trance. Stacey's estranged lawyer hubby, Jeffrey Marty, filed new court documents in response to Stacey's divorce petition. And he's asking a judge to annul the marriage, something Stacey herself doesn't appear to oppose. Jeff claims he only took his vows after Stacey's pastor put some serious religious pressure on him. He says they got hitched on April 6, 2018, but that's only because 10 days prior he claims her pastor unexpectedly and suddenly proclaimed that it was God's will they get hitched. I'm not sure how that's considered to be some kind of hypnosis, because pastors say that all the time, and I'm almost certain that her pastor saying that did not mean for y'all to go get married 10 days after y'all met each other. He probably was speaking it into existence for the future, as in the distant future. And it sounds to me that he took it as that. And this is what he came up with. That's why I said this thing sounds so ridiculous. And at least she's not opposing the divorce. Now, if she was opposing this divorce or something like that, then I would question it. But it looks like she's all in to get a divorce as well. Just get the divorce. But he's giving this ridiculous reason, saying that she put him in a spiritual trance and that she hypnotized them. And because the pastor said it was in God's will they get married, that's why they got married. I'm like, you don't even have to say all of that, especially if she's agreeing to divorce you. Just get the damn divorce. File the papers. Anyway, Jeff says that his ability to consent to the marriage was hijacked by the use of hypnotic prayer techniques. I feel like that's almost like a small jab at the black church too. Like, does anyone feel that way? Because that's what it sounds like to me. Jeff doesn't describe the techniques or how he was programmed to marry Stacey. He also says there was pressure from other clergies to tie the knot. Now, for Stacey's part, she and her attorneys don't fully admit to what Jeff claims here about the hypnotism and all. They say he didn't show any unusual signs about his mental state at the time, but she's not fighting him, and she too is asking the judge to annul the marriage ASAP. That might be best. Their marriage was pretty rocky, and that's putting it lightly. Yeah, for once, I can't even grill Stacey Trash Bag Dash in this one. This one is reserved strictly for her soon-to-be ex-husband. Dude, the woman wants to get a divorce from you just as much as you want to get a divorce from her. The pastor saying that was just, speaking it into existence. He didn't exactly think that y'all were going to get married 10 days later. After all, you had to give some kind of consent to say I do to this woman. And you did. And she wants to get the divorce with no pushback. Just get the damn divorce. Now it's making me look at this guy like, with the complete side eye, like, what the hell is going on with him? Like, he didn't have to give that reasoning. Like, that was ridiculous. I've never heard something like that before in my life. Y'all let me know in the comments. Have you ever heard someone say the reason why they got married to someone is because they got put into a spiritual trance, that that the pastor said that, it's God's will that you get married, or that they were hypnotized? Like, I don't know. Now, I've heard people, of course, when it comes to certain other practices sexually, that will get somebody to want to marry you or want to be with you for a long time. I've heard that plenty of times. But this right here, no. Just get the divorce and get it over with.